Something is happening in deep space right now. A signal is traveling across the universe and eventually reaching Earth. What makes it fascinating is that scientists have detected strange repeating radio emissions that don't immediately fit into the simplest explanations. One particularly unusual source appears to produce a powerful pulse roughly every 22 minutes. For decades, astronomers didn't even know it existed. So what could be producing such a precise cosmic rhythm? Is it a neutron star? A highly unusual magnetar? Or something else that current models haven't completely explained? At this point, scientists have natural explanations that are much more likely than an artificial one. But the strange regularity is exactly what makes these objects so interesting. And there's an important distinction here. An unexplained signal does not automatically mean aliens. The universe is capable of producing incredibly strange phenomena without any intelligent civilization being involved. Astronomy has taught us that lesson before. When pulsars were first discovered, their extremely regular radio pulses were so unusual that researchers briefly considered whether an intelligent source could be responsible. The mystery didn't last. Scientists eventually discovered that pulsars were rapidly rotating neutron stars producing beams of radiation as they spin. Nature had created something that looked almost artificial. And today, astronomers are encountering other objects that are forcing them to reconsider how much they still don't know about the radio universe. Then, in 2025, another extraordinary visitor appeared. Astronomers discovered an interstellar object passing through our solar system. It was designated 3I Atlas. What made it remarkable was its trajectory. It wasn't simply another asteroid formed near the Sun. Its path indicated that it came from outside our solar system and was moving through the Sun's neighborhood before continuing back into interstellar space. It was a visitor from another planetary system. That alone was an incredible discovery. But unusual measurements surrounding the object led to intense discussion among researchers. Some scientists explored unconventional possibilities, including the idea that an interstellar object could theoretically be technological. However, that remains speculative. The mainstream scientific interpretation is that 3I Atlas is a natural object, and extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. No confirmed evidence has shown that it is an alien spacecraft. But the discovery raised another important question. How many objects from other star systems are passing through our cosmic neighborhood without us noticing? As our telescopes become more powerful, the answer could change dramatically. And interstellar objects aren't the only mysteries appearing in radio astronomy. Near the center of the Milky Way, astronomers have discovered strange radio transients that appear, disappear, and sometimes return. Some of these objects produce powerful radio emissions for a limited period before becoming quiet again. Scientists have proposed several possible explanations. They could involve unusual neutron stars. They could be related to stellar remnants. Or they could represent physical processes that aren't yet fully understood. The important point is that scientists are still investigating. And that's exactly how discoveries happen. An observation doesn't need to prove something extraordinary immediately. Sometimes its greatest value is simply showing researchers that an existing model isn't complete. Modern astronomy is becoming especially powerful because scientists can now revisit enormous archives of old observations. A signal recorded decades ago doesn't disappear just because nobody understood it at the time. The original data can remain stored for years. Then new software, improved algorithms, and artificial intelligence can examine that information again. A pattern that was invisible to researchers decades ago may suddenly become obvious. This is transforming the search for unusual cosmic signals. Radio telescopes can scan huge portions of the sky. Computers can analyze enormous quantities of data. systems can search for repeating patterns and unusual structures much faster than human researchers ever could. Most of what they find has ordinary explanations. Some signals come from known stars. Others come from gas clouds, pulsars, magnetic activity, or interference created by technology on Earth. But a small number remain genuinely puzzling. And those are the signals scientists investigate most carefully. Still, there is one rule that researchers cannot ignore. A strange signal is not automatically an alien message. An unusual object is not automatically an alien spacecraft. And an unexplained observation is not proof of extraterrestrial intelligence. Science is comfortable with saying, "We don't know yet." That may sound unsatisfying. But it is one of the most important parts of scientific discovery. If humanity ever detects a signal that genuinely appears artificial, scientists wouldn't immediately announce that aliens had contacted Earth. The first step would be verification. Other observatories would need to detect the same signal. Researchers would check whether it could have been produced by satellites, aircraft, communications equipment, or other human technology. Astronomers would investigate every reasonable natural explanation. Only after independent observations repeatedly confirmed the same unusual characteristics would the possibility of extraterrestrial technology become truly serious. And if that day ever comes, humanity would face a question unlike anything in our history. What do we do after discovering that another technological civilization exists? The consequences wouldn't be limited to astronomy. It could change how humanity sees itself. For thousands of years, humans have wondered whether Earth is unique. We don't yet know the answer. But the universe contains enormous numbers of stars and planets, and scientists continue to discover worlds outside our solar system. The search is no longer just philosophical. We're developing instruments capable of actually looking for evidence. New radio observatories are expanding the frequencies we can investigate. Large astronomical surveys are monitoring enormous areas of sky. And artificial intelligence is helping researchers process datasets far beyond what a human team could examine manually. We may be entering the most powerful era of cosmic signal detection in human history. But there is still no confirmed evidence that any of these mysterious signals came from an extraterrestrial civilization. The natural explanations remain the scientific starting point. And that's what makes the mystery so compelling. Maybe the strange 22-minute pulses will eventually reveal a completely new type of neutron star. Maybe another unexplained radio source will turn out to be a previously unknown cosmic phenomenon. Maybe an interstellar object will teach us how planetary systems form around other stars. Or perhaps, one day, astronomers will detect something that cannot be explained by any known natural process. If that happens, everything changes. But for now, the universe remains a mystery. Stars are exploding. Neutron stars are spinning. Magnetic fields are producing enormous bursts of energy. Interstellar objects are crossing our solar system. And radio waves from distant parts of the cosmos are still reaching Earth. Some of those signals began their journey thousands, or even millions, of years ago. We are only receiving them now. So the next strange signal could already be traveling toward us. It may have left its source long before human civilization existed. And when it finally reaches Earth, we may have no idea what it is. The question isn't whether the universe is sending signals. It clearly is. The real question is this: will the next one simply reveal another strange natural phenomenon? Or will it force humanity to rethink our place in the universe?